is indeed my pleasure to welcome you to this tea party. It's been 1 year since we had our first tea party here in Mansfield at this very spot. We've had a very successful first year. The tea parties have increased in attendance as more and more people join the movement. We have put increasing pressure on Congress, and we have heard our voices. We've had our voices heard across this land and in Washington, D.C. We've been denigrated, ridiculed, and called names by those who have felt the pressure. But they have not stopped us, because we the people, referred to in the first 3 words of the Constitution of the United States. I have to ask you, have you ever wondered, if both Democrats and Republicans are against deficits, why do we have deficits? If all the politicians are against inflation and high taxes, why do we have inflation and high taxes? You and I don't propose a federal budget. The president does. You and I don't have the constitutional authority to vote on appropriations. The House of Representatives does. You and I don't write the tax code. Congress does. You and I don't set fiscal policy. Congress does. 100 senators, 435 congressmen, 1 president, and 9 Supreme Court justices equates to 545 human beings out of the 300 million in this country who are directly, legally, morally, and individually responsible for the domestic problems that plague this country. Those 545 human beings spend much of their energy convincing you that what they did is not their fault. It seems inconceivable to me that in a nation of 300 million, we cannot replace 545 people who stand convicted by present facts of incompetence and irresponsibility. When you hear a congressman say, "I don't care about the Constitution," that man ought to go. When you hear a congressman say he doesn't know what's in a bill, that man ought to go. When you fully grasp the plain truth that 545 people exercise the power of the federal government, then it must follow that what exists is what they want to exist. If the tax code is unfair, it's because they want it to be unfair. If the budget's in the red, it's because they want it to be in the red. If they do not receive Social Security because they are on an elite retirement plan not available to the people, it's because they want it that way. These 545 people, and they alone, are responsible. They and they alone should be held accountable by the people who are their bosses. We the people. Do we have the gumption to manage our own employees? It's time to vote them out of office and clean up this mess. And we want our elected representatives to know we as Tea Party patriots and as American citizens have only just begun. We will have our tea parties. We will know what you're trying to do to us with your 3,000-page bills, even if you don't. We will stay informed. We will watch you. We We'll fax you, we'll write you, and we will not forget. We will vote in the upcoming elections, and we will remain the United States of America because we are the people. We will not become the United Socialist States of America. You know, it's getting a little hot up here. I might have to take my jacket off.